10 pieces that will always give you that rich, heiress look. Number 1. These are the dresses with front buttons. You know those dresses that come with front closures using buttons? Well, these dresses bring that very classic, very traditional feel. Just for having this classic and traditional style, they will already appeal to women who enjoy this aesthetic. And honestly, they really give off that heiress vibe, that old money feel. The buttons can be small or large, but ideally, they shouldn't be too flashy. If they have a brownish tone, or if they're made of wood, they add an even more classic touch. Of course, they can be plastic buttons, but if they look like plastic, it won't add as much value to the look. When it comes to colors, these dresses look beautiful in neutral tones, like beige, brown, navy blue, and even lighter tones, because those colors give off that soft, subtle feel, exactly what we're looking for in that heiress style. As for fabrics, I recommend cotton and linen, because both of these also have that noble look. One important thing to keep in mind when choosing dresses and fabrics is to pick something that doesn't pill easily. In that case, linen isn't as good as cotton, because a fabric that forms little balls or looks worn out won't convey the elegance and sophistication we're going for here. So be mindful of that. And if you do buy a dress and it starts to pill, you can use fabric shavers to remove those fuzzballs and bring back that polished look. This type of dress will elongate your silhouette and bring sophistication with comfort. And since those buttons create a vertical line, they will also slim down the body, giving that slimming effect I know many women are looking for. In other words, it's the perfect dress that will flatter every woman. I would pair it with a delicate sandal or a pump, because both go really well with that classic touch. And of course, you can't forget a well-structured handbag to complete the look. Tell me, who doesn't love that vintage touch with a luxurious vibe? Number 2. Accessories. Here, we're talking about earrings, bracelets, and belts, all of which make a big difference when you're trying to put together a more elegant, sophisticated look. You don't need large belts, large earrings, or oversized bracelets. I know not everyone likes that style. Although maximalism is trending, not everyone wants big pieces. The key here is that these accessories should be present. You know, when you're putting together a very basic look like jeans and a t-shirt, that's the perfect time to add a belt, a bracelet, a ring, or some earrings. All of that will make your outfit feel more put together. This trick of adding accessories is one of the main techniques in the elevated style, a style where we take very simple, minimalist pieces and elevate them through well-chosen accessories that make the outfit look much more elegant and sophisticated. As for which pieces I recommend, a necklace, a simple chain, either gold or silver. Gold will always give the impression of more wealth, while silver brings a more youthful vibe. So if you want to look young and modern, go with silver. If you want to appear richer, more elegant and sophisticated, go with gold. That's the general rule when it comes to metals. I also love the combination of layered necklaces. It looks very stylish. You can combine them with bracelets, either delicate ones or bold statement ones. Keep in mind that if your goal is to make the jewelry look real, say, you want to buy pieces that look like real gold but aren't, then opt for smaller items. Because honestly, no one wears a wide, thick bracelet made entirely of real gold, right? So what do we do to make the piece look authentic? We go for thinner chains, smaller pendants pieces that genuinely look like they're made of real gold or silver. That makes a huge difference. In terms of other pieces, like belts, try to match the metal of your accessories to the metal on the belt. If you wear a lot of silver tone accessories, your belt buckle should be silver. If you wear more gold, then go with a gold buckle. This brings more harmony to the look. It doesn't mean you can't mix metals, but doing so may take away a bit of the harmony. And harmony is very important when aiming for that rich girl style. And of course, here's a tip. Always use accessories to highlight parts of your body you want to draw attention to. So, if you like your arms, wear bracelets or a watch. If you like your hands, go for rings. If you love your face, choose earrings or a necklace. Always choose to draw attention with a larger piece in the area you want to highlight. It will make you look stunning. Have you ever stopped to think how much of a difference these little details can make? Number 3. The shades like cream, beige, and mocha or mousse, these tones that really resemble a drink. So, when we think, for example, of a chocolate mousse, of vanilla, or when we think of coffee, these comforting tones are wonderful. They bring an incredible sensory feeling. It's as if, when you look at them, they really evoke that sense of vanilla and chocolate. They're tones that are pleasant to wear and to look at, right, ladies? And besides that, they're neutral. In other words, they serve as a base for a range of other colored pieces you might layer on top. Usually, they pair well with other colors. Without a doubt, that cream shade is one of the most elegant and chic colors out there, and it never goes out of style. So, if you buy a piece in that creamier tone, it's unlikely to become outdated, it becomes timeless. As for fabrics, since we're talking about colors, I'd say you can invest in silk, satin, wool, cotton, and linen. These are high-quality fabrics, except for satin, which isn't as noble. Still, satin is worth it, because honestly, no one wants the trouble of caring for silk, right? We all know silk is a fabric that requires special care. These are colors that, without a doubt, will brighten your face and bring a touch of great sophistication and elegance with lightness. So, you won't get that heavy look instead. You'll get something soft, delicate, and feminine. Sweet! These tones go really well with other pieces in brown, for example, or gold, and even white, creating a balanced wardrobe with a soft, heiress-like vibe. Number 4. The turtleneck. The turtleneck is also excellent, right, girls? It's super versatile. It can be a thinner, more delicate version or a more structured one, like in the case of a knit sweater. No doubt, this is a piece that conveys wealth. It really brings that heiress feel we're aiming for. Turtlenecks come and go in fashion, even in some summer looks. After all, not all places are hot enough to stop us from wearing this kind of piece. If you want to make a statement, if you want to walk into a room looking rich, a turtleneck will work wonders. As for colors, I recommend those timeless neutrals. Black, cream, brown, burgundy, they all work beautifully. When it comes to fabric, I recommend a knit, because it offers the stretchiness needed for this type of piece. But I also recommend a fabric called modal. Modal is like a knit, but it's more resistant. It lasts longer, you know? Those tech fabrics that show up in ads from time to time, they're usually made of modal. It's a knit that doesn't wear out easily, doesn't fade easily, and doesn't lose its shape easily. So, it's not the kind of piece you wear 2 or 3 times and it's already ruined. So when you're looking for pieces that need a bit of stretch and that knit look, I highly recommend going for modal, especially for its durability. And since this is a very classic piece, a timeless piece, something that will never go out of style, we can justify paying a bit more for it. After all, if you buy a turtleneck in a burgundy tone, for example, you're not going to want it to fall apart quickly. So I definitely recommend this fabric, and if you've never heard of it, look up modal. On top of all that, the turtleneck will elongate your neck and even hide those pesky neck wrinkles. And girls, there's no need to worry about neck wrinkles, okay? I'm 32 and I already have a few, it's normal. But we don't always want to show them, right? Sometimes we want to hide them a little. So why not do that with a turtleneck that gives you a much more sophisticated air and makes any outfit look way more powerful? When it comes to styling, I recommend a pencil skirt. I think it looks stunning. Flare pants also look beautiful. They create that slightly sensual contrast. Long coats look perfect with this combination. And of course, you can also go for wide leg pants, which also look amazing. So tell me, have you tried a turtleneck yet? It's so powerful, right? Number 5 is the classic pleated skirt. The pleated skirt, especially the one with finer pleats, will bring movement and flow as you walk. It's simply stunning. It gives off that princess vibe, you know? Like a very wealthy woman. It has that European flair. I love combinations with pleated skirts. I think they look gorgeous. You can go for light tones, softer shades like blush pink, light blue, pistachio, lilac, and of course, cream, which I mentioned earlier. If you want to go for a more modern touch, I'd suggest choosing black, which also adds a sense of modernity. If black feels too heavy for you, if it's too dark, too cold, I recommend navy blue or coffee brown. Both can replace black while still adding depth and elegance to your outfit. I think these skirts look beautiful, girls especially in more satin-like fabrics. You can go for silk, but you can also opt for satin, a high-quality satin, the one I always mention to you, wedding dress satin. That one will rarely disappoint. Its quality is higher, it's more durable, and its appearance is similar to silk. When talking about satin, we should always look for a softer sheen, something that resembles the look of silk. This type of skirt flows with your body, moves as you walk, brings a lot of femininity, and also elongates your legs. It looks perfect with slingbacks. It looks amazing with delicate strappy sandals. I also recommend wearing it with a top that's more fitted to the body. It could even be a t-shirt, and it'll look beautiful. And if you're not a fan of skirts but love dresses, you can go for dresses that have a bottom part mimicking a pleated skirt. Tell me, what's the one piece you find the most elegant of all? I'd love to know, I'm really curious. And you know you help me so much by leaving those magic words of the day in the comments. Today's are elegant woman. By typing those words in the comments, you help the channel continue posting daily videos. I'm counting on your support, okay? While you type, let's keep going with the video. Number 6 is long coats. Every kind of longer coat, whether it's made of wool, a trench coat, or a tailored coat, will always make your look more refined, elegant, and sophisticated. They follow your silhouette, which immediately makes you appear taller. Here's a tip. The coat should end right where your skirt or dress ends. So, for example, if you like midi length, the ideal is that your coat ends at the same line, okay? Avoid wearing a coat that's shorter than your skirt or dress, because that really gives a less polished look. When the lengths align, it creates a much more refined, stylish look. And I totally recommend it, because I saw this tip once and realized how much of a difference it makes. Great color options include cream, black, navy blue, and gray. In my case, I usually choose gray because it's a neutral that works really well for me. But I think it also looks beautiful in caramel, for example. Caramel is gorgeous, especially for longer coats. It brings a certain sweetness, that cozy tone. I think it looks really nice. These coats elongate the silhouette, define the waist, and create that powerful aura, that vibe of a woman with confidence, beauty, and charm. That's everything we're aiming for, and this coat definitely gives that impression. The only downside to this kind of coat is that, depending on where you live, you might not wear it that often. In my case, I live in a hot region. I live in Rio de Janeiro, so I wouldn't get much wear out of this type of coat. That doesn't mean I don't find it beautiful, or that I don't want several of them. But in my region, we just don't wear them much because of the heat. Here, winter lasts about a week at most. Now, if you live in a colder region, then I totally recommend it. I think you should have several in different lengths and colors. They look beautiful with dresses, with skirts, and also with monochromatic outfits. So, keep that in mind when you're shopping. Have you ever thought about how a long coat can completely transform your outfit's posture? Number 7 is the slingback, a classic here on the channel. Right, girls? This type of shoe, with an open back, goes perfectly with elegance and comfort. It's the kind of shoe that, just by putting it on, instantly gives your outfit a more sophisticated vibe. They can have high heels, low heels, or no heels at all. So you'll find slingbacks in all 3 versions. Just choose the one that best suits your lifestyle and brings you comfort. As for colors, I'd say nude is one of the best options. But I also think black and white look very interesting, and the two-tone version is a true classic, right, girls? That two-tone slingback is simply incredible. It strongly evokes that Chanel 1950s vibe, bringing both elegance and practicality. It's perfect for the woman who enjoys a touch of minimalism, but it's a very refined minimalism, so it looks beautiful. It's a piece that will elongate your legs. It's very feminine, very versatile, and even has a slightly sensual touch due to its open back design. A few notes of caution about the shoe. Sometimes, when you're buying it, it may slip off the heel because of the strap design. So, when shopping for this style, try it on first. Avoid buying it online, go to a store and try it on. Because otherwise, that little strap might keep slipping off while you walk, making you uncomfortable. And that's not what we want. An uncomfortable woman is not an elegant woman. A rich woman values comfort. She wouldn't wear a shoe that keeps slipping off, right? That makes all the difference. I think this shoe looks stunning with pleated skirts. With tailored pants, any look with tailoring will go great with it. But it also works beautifully with jeans, for example. So if you're looking for a shoe that you can wear with casual outfits and more elegant, classic, or traditional compositions, I believe this is the perfect shoe. This one, without a doubt, is a must-have in every woman's wardrobe. Number 8 is monochromatic outfits. These are outfits that use just one color from head to toe. Very luxurious. It's a look, girls, that is monochromatic. But that doesn't mean it all has to be the exact same shade. You can definitely combine different tones of brown, red, or blue, as long as they're close in hue. This adds a lot of elegance. Monochromatic looks always come across as very sophisticated. I'd recommend choosing more neutral tones and avoiding neon. Even if you're confident, never show up in a full neon orange, neon red, or neon green look that won't flatter you. So what neutral tones do I recommend? Turquoise, that darker, more muted turquoise. Burgundy also works well. Brown looks amazing. Caramel is perfect. Cream is perfect. Black, of course, is a classic. All of these work beautifully in monochromatic outfits. These looks are timeless and have gained a lot of popularity in recent years, even due to the rise of minimalism. But they never really go out of style. I mean, come on, a full burgundy look will never go out of fashion, right, girls? So it's always an excellent choice. This type of outfit will elongate your figure and exude a kind of elegance that's not just the soft elegance I mentioned earlier, it's more of a luxurious elegance, okay? So, if you're going for that luxury aesthetic, monochromatic is definitely the way to go. Plus, it makes combining outfits so much easier. If you have a wardrobe filled with monochromatic options, you'll have everything matching, or at the very least, several ready-made outfits. Like a black dress with matching black shoes, tailored pants, blouse, and shoes all in cream, a full gray outfit. That will make your daily routine so much easier. Here's a tip. Play with textures. You can mix leather pants with a wool top. When you're wearing a look that's all one color, mixing textures makes a huge difference. So don't think that a fully black outfit has to be all made of the same material, okay? It can be all black, but with a soft wool top, leather pants, for that cooler, sleeker texture, and croc leather shoes, which also add more texture. All of this makes a monochromatic outfit way more interesting. Did you know that building a fully coordinated look could make you feel so fabulous? And if you're enjoying this video, you're gonna love the videos we post here every day because we always talk about fashion, beauty, and trends, daily around 8 p.m. So don't miss out, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. That way, YouTube will let you know when a new video is out. Already subscribed? Then while you do that, let's keep going with the video. Number 9 is structured handbags. These bags have a more rigid shape, offer impeccable finishing, and convey status and organization. You know those eco bags? Well, that's not what we're talking about. Eco bags have a soft material, right? Bags that are very soft, very slouchy, are nice for everyday use, but they won't convey the elegance we're aiming for, okay? That makes a big difference. A structured bag is firmer, as the name itself suggests. What I recommend: leather bags, especially if they're genuine leather, mainly because of durability. If you don't like genuine leather, you can use synthetic leather, fake leather, but know that you'll need to take very good care of the bag so it doesn't crumble, okay? Because unfortunately, that happens. Regarding colors, black, caramel, white, off-white, red, brown, those neutral tones, and also the new neutrals I've been sharing here on the channel will always be great choices, okay? Always try to get inspiration from more traditional models. You can, for example, research what Chanel bags look like. That way, you'll have a good reference, and it doesn't need to be a luxury brand bag, okay? It just needs to have that similar look. Well structured, well made. This type of bag complements any outfit, adding a luxurious touch. So, choose carefully. If necessary, pay a slightly higher price. Higher price, guys, again. I'm talking about bags with good material, especially the metal parts. Because we don't want to buy a bag with gold-tone metals that, after a while, oxidize or get damaged, right? So, if you're going to buy a bag with lots of hardware, what should you do? Opt for metal and steel, whether gold or silver toned. That way, they're unlikely to oxidize, lose color, or scratch easily. Because that's what we're looking for here, okay? We want a piece that really looks expensive. And to look expensive, the material needs to be of slightly better quality, okay? This kind of bag looks great with minimalist outfits, where it will be the star of the look. But it also works well with more traditional, classic outfits. In other words, it's an excellent choice if your style is more sophisticated and you're looking for a piece that will accompany you both in daily tasks and in more special, luxurious occasions. It works really well with jeans and also goes great with a dress. So know how to choose which bag will go with you on these two occasions. That way, you end up with a piece you'll really use much more because our goal is to buy and wear, right, ladies? Not to buy and leave it stored, forgotten in the closet. Number 10 is the Chanel style jacket. This jacket has a classic touch, with a straighter cut. The fabric is thicker, so it mainly works for colder seasons, but yes, you can find one or two that you can wear in summer. It brings very luxurious details like gold or silver buttons. This kind of jacket is really interesting for those who have a more classic look. But the most interesting thing is that it really works well for mature women. Mature women look stunning in it. That doesn't mean that people who are 20, 25, or 30 years old can't wear it, okay? It just has more of a preppy vibe on younger women, while on mature women, it brings more of a true Chanel air, you know? So yes, it makes quite a difference. Regarding colors, you can invest in black, white, or navy blue. Usually, this type of jacket is made in tweed or a thick cotton. And yes, it's heavy. It's a heavy piece. So it's important to know where you'll wear it and if your region allows for this kind of jacket. Because it's quite warm, so it won't work for those who live in very hot regions, like where I live, unfortunately. Because I think this type of jacket is so beautiful. This piece is an eternal symbol of elegance, the very face of Chanel. It also conveys a lot of power, femininity, and class. Besides being super versatile, it goes very well with jeans, dresses, works well with pencil skirts, and even shorts depending on your region. It's a versatile, feminine, elegant piece, and I recommend anyone to invest in it because it's really worth it. And speaking of pieces worth investing in for women over 40, do you already know the 30 pieces that look wonderful on mature women? Not yet? Then just click on the video that's appearing on your screen. I'll see you there.